Warning: the following podcast show that you're about to listen to will include explicit language and content in which you, the members of the audience, may find offensive. Audience discretion is advised.
Welcome to another episode of the Kim Wang Podcast Experience.
Yeah, boy.
Where anything and everything is a subject matter on the show, and no subject matter is ever taboo.
Damn, that's what's up with you.
And now, your host with the most, Mr. Kim Wang. Bro, am I getting paid for this?
Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How you doing? This is your boy Kim Wang, the Asian sensation, and we're doing it again here on the Kim Wang Podcast Experience, building yet another episode, creating more content, building the library, and it's a good thing and it's awesome. Currently, right now, believe it or not, this was a last minute thing. I did not actually plan this at all. But we'll explain a little bit more into that. We are literally at an undisclosed location in a hotel. We'll call it Hotel 123. You know what I mean? Over not far from Baltimore, Maryland, and we're here. We're doing it up. It's just me. It's the equipment, and it is my guest. And let's just go ahead and talk about it a little bit before we get the intro. We had tried to do this episode one time. We did. We really did. And let's just say that the technology gods were very ticked off at me. I don't know what I did. I don't know if it was the wrong setting or something like that. But when I tried to play that thing back, that it definitely felt like a scratched record kind of a sound quality that I was just like, oh, great. And, at the time, it was just like, it was agreed by my guest and I that, it was just a sign that it was just not meant to be. But, like they say in the world, never say never. One thing's for sure is nothing is for sure. And I guess you can say that the gods are with us again because we have this opportunity once again. It's awesome. And we're here. And I am here with my in-person guest who basically came all the way out kind of down south, I think in the Carolinas. You know her mostly for being a writer, and she was the one sole person that was responsible for getting one great film called Miscalculated, just up and running with the script, and she did so well with it that she won a lot of awards for that. And to my surprise, which I did not know, she's also an actress in the upcoming prequel to Miscalculated called Uncalculated. And we're here in person. Alyxandrya Prynce is in the building. What's going on, hon?
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, there was no lead up to that. There was no hey, she has been cast. So yesterday was actually pretty awesome. We did filming.
Yeah.
And nobody recognized me. Well, I was wearing a police hat, so nobody really recognized me and all my curls and everything.
Right.
And then Thomas Leah, is that how you pronounce his name? He looked at me and he's like, "You look familiar," and I can't let it go. Who are you? And I go, I'm Alex. Alexandria. And he goes, "No." And I go, "Prince." And he's like, "Holy crap."
Yeah.
And the whole room fell silent and everybody looked my way. And I was like, "Yep, it's me."
Was this something that was planned all along, that you were going to be in Uncalculated?
No.
Or was this kind of like the spur of the moment where Romel was like, "Hey, I got something for you, baby. Yeah, you won't be in my motherfucking film. Yeah. Come over, get your ass over here immediately in about 24 hours.
Okay, that's your impression. It's awful.
Oh, God.
That is not him. But no, it was completely unplanned. It was almost said jokingly. He was casting for a special agent and other agents, and I saw it, and I go, "Hey, I'd probably be great for that role."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Yeah, bet." And I go, "All right." And he goes, "You're casted." Okay, I guess I'll be there. And he goes, "Yeah, be there on the 16th. And I was like, "All right." And I took the day off from work and done.
Nice.
And it followed through. No matter what happened, I was going to be there.
Wow. Because you were okay. Because I know for a fact you were not in the first Miscalculated.
No.
You were the writer for that film.
I was very, very pregnant.
I mean,
So I was sweating bullets just walking outside. I almost because I don't remember when filming was. Was filming like April, something like that?
well, when we filmed, it was like around May, and I think it was like 2021 or 2022.
I think we finished writing in 2020.
Okay.
Something like that. Maybe 21. I can't remember. Beginning January 2021. It happened fast.
Yeah, it
like
sure
we
did.
wrote that sucker in 12 days. Not even like together. We didn't really collaborate very much. We had a general meeting of what was going to go down, and
Right.
then we got to work. And like I would log in. We did it on Google Docs live. So I would log
Okay.
in. I would see him writing. And I would read some of his stuff, and then I'd go to a different scene, and I would just start writing that out. And he would pop up and randomly and be like, "Yeah, that's what's up."
I feel you.
So that's how, we didn't really talk about a lot of stuff. We just went off the hip and whatever felt right, and that's how we wrote that sucker so fast.
Did you guys before actually filming it? Obviously, you guys must have discussed about it. So I mean,
We had one meeting.
you had one meeting.
One meeting of this is what I want, this is beginning, middle, and end, and that was him. This was his original idea, and he wanted me involved in helping get it written. And so we had that meeting and just kind of went for it.
Wow.
So yep. And that was like a couple days before we even started. We just went for it.
How long did it really take from start to finish to actually write that? Because it
Like
seems
I said, 12 days.
12 whole days.
12 whole days.
You're kidding me.
Not kidding.
I feel like
We knew what we were doing after that meeting. So, yeah.
I kind of feel like for writers that write scripts and stuff like that, it takes a lot longer than that.
Usually a month.
A month?
Yeah.
Wow.
Some people can do it sooner than that. But, yeah. Whenever
Wow.
you know what you're doing and you have full love for the story, you just go.
That's wild. That's wild. For some people, it's just like 12 days is, in my opinion, pretty astronomical. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
For some people, it's just like, damn, like you're trying to break a world record or something like that.
Well, if we didn't have full-time jobs, we probably could have got that sucker done in maybe 2 days. That's how much we knew the story and how much we talked about every single detail down to the very last character, whether it was a background actor or not. It was always important.
When you actually finished on the 12th day, I mean, did Rommel look at it right then and there and be like, that's the one? Or
it was done. The only thing that needed to be done was just light edits. But yeah, it was written, and it was concrete, set in stone, beautiful. Like we didn't change absolutely anything. It was just light edits.
And obviously, with that script came the actual movie that we all know. You weren't there on set for obvious reasons, because you were
Yeah, I was, like I said, very, very pregnant.
right. You were expecting.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was. And driving that far, I would have went into early labor. Yeah, like I was saying, I thought it was like April, but May, June, I couldn't even walk outside, and I'm in North Carolina. It was so hot outside. I think it was like 100 and something in June. I walked
In the
outside-
Carolinas or in?
Yes,
Oh,
in the
wow.
Carolinas. I walked outside. It was about 104, and I almost had a heat stroke after like maybe 2 seconds of being outside. I was so pregnant.
Damn.
Yeah, and like I was nothing but belly. Like I was so skinny, but she was just so in my belly.
Yeah. I hear that.
Yeah.
But during that time, though, when you were expecting and, you were in the Carolinas, obviously you saw whatever progress was made throughout the
Yes.
film, because
I saw casting, like I saw all the video footage of everything. I
Mm-hmm.
got to see who was going out for the roles. I got to see who had got casted. I got to see all that stuff. Like Ramel really hooked me up.
Yeah.
And I loved every second of what he provided me with. It was amazing to still be a part of it, even though I couldn't physically be there.
wow. When you actually saw it, the film, I know unfortunately you didn't go over to the premiere.
I was so sick, and so was my daughter. I think I caught COVID.
No.
Yeah, I caught COVID whenever I was in my very first month of being pregnant too. So I was in bad shape. I did not feel good, and I was not gonna get anybody else sick,
Right.
mask or not. I was not doing it. I was not putting anybody in jeopardy, especially with their careers and everything. It was not worth it.
Right.
So I stayed back and recovered and what have you. That was more important.
How did you get to see the final product?
It was sent to me weeks before anybody else saw it.
Oh, wow.
So I got to see that, and I was just so full of joy.
Nice.
Everybody did such an amazing job. I was blown away.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. They usually say that, well, you didn't experience this, but I'm pretty sure you probably heard maybe about there was some drama or horror stories that happened with Miscalculated.
Not fully. Like, I know that there were some mishaps and everything,
Right.
but not too much. Like, there was, like, not all venues that we wanted happen, not every scene that we wanted happened.
Right.
Because of, this or that. So, like, the full script did not come full, whatever the word is.
Didn't come in full force.
Yes, thank you. So, but everything that we were able to accomplish came out so beautifully.
Right on. Right on. Wow. Let's jump back a little bit because, as everybody knows, you do writing for scripts and stuff like that for film. Mm-hmm. But I mean, let's go back a little bit. I mean, were you ever like this kid growing up back in the day that you were just like this great writer, or were you into other things? Like, were you just like a person that liked sports? Were you very popular and outgoing? I mean, what were you like way back when?
No, I was an introvert, 100%. But I love sports. I started playing baseball at like 4.
Oh,
I was really young. I made MVP for the state so many times. I loved sports so much. It's kind of where I found myself.
what sport were you doing?
It started out in baseball. I went into softball. I went into fast pitch after that. And then along that, I was also doing basketball. I was really into that. I could make a three-pointer.
Nice.
No matter what circumstance I was under, I could still make it.
Were you like a guard?
No, I can't remember. I was basically center. But
wow.
I was back there, yeah.
So you were the tallest one in the team?
Yes, I've always been the tallest person. Like, whenever I got to set yesterday, I was almost the tallest person in the room. Almost.
Wow.
So it's weird, and I'm not that tall. I'm 5'7". So
5'7" is like within the average.
yes, exactly. So I was expecting some tall people, and like there are actors that were taller than me by a long shot, but I was literally like up there.
You were like in the top percentile.
Yes.
Okay.
It was crazy.
So how did a young girl like yourself growing up doing baseball, softball, basketball land into the creative aspect of like writing in general, not just script writing, but just writing?
Okay, so my best friend growing up, she was very outgoing. She was the complete opposite of me. She was amazing. Her name was Mandy. She got me into singing. She got me into writing poems. She loved writing. And I kind of started to develop a little bit of a love for poems and everything. And poems kind of led to writing a little bit more stuff, like short stories, just to entertain myself.
Right.
And in school, I was getting straight A's in writing and everything. Like, there'd be a project, okay, you have to write so many words about the book you just read, but in a different person's point of view. And I would write it, and I'd get 100%, and the teacher would be like, all right, I need you to finish the story because it was so good. I need to know where it was going.
Oh, wow.
Because you have blown my mind.
Wow.
And then there was other projects like write a story about something that happened in your life. And I convinced everybody in my class that I was actually British.
Oh, God.
And that I had an uncle somewhere in Britain. And this was back whenever like chat rooms were not creepy.
Oh, jeez.
And so
when was chat rooms ever not creepy?
Whenever it was first coming out. But yeah, like I went into a chat room, and there was this is where the story came from. There was a kid who he had the way he was wording stuff. I'm like, okay, so he's not in America. You could tell that. I asked him where he was from, and he was like, I'm in Britain. And I go, oh, okay. Can you tell me like about like some major location in your area? Like, give me full details. Like, what kind of flowers are there? And he gave me full details, and I literally wrote it in my story and used it. And gave it my own spin and had like a whole backstory of like a hiking trip that went bad and everything. And my whole entire class thought it actually happened to me.
Oh.
Because I made it so convincing. And that's kind of where the writing started. I didn't realize like how good I was.
That's also kind of in a sense how good you were in terms of like being an actor, because you try to portray a little bit something that wasn't real, and you made it real and you believed it, and everybody just kind of subscribed to that magazine. You're like, oh my gosh, really? Oh
yes, exactly right. You find that place in yourself, and that's where you go.
Yeah.
And you like yesterday, it's like, okay, let's go back to a moment in time that this actually happened. Like, pretend like everybody is still there. Like,
right.
So that's kind of where you're at. But that's where my writing is too. So being at the actual set yesterday, like, it was everything that I thought it was. So nothing was a surprise.
Now, did you go to like a 4-year college or a university?
I did.
Okay, where'd you go?
SNHU.
Where's that?
Southern New Hampshire.
Oh. Now, were you like a English major or what?
I was. Actually, I had a double major of creative writing and English.
Okay, it's starting to click a little bit more. Okay.
Yes, but that was never the goal. I just wanted to have a little bit more just under my belt to show how official I was, because during that degree, I was maybe in my second year, and I stopped temporarily and was like, I want to get into screenwriting. So I had done, I've been with publishers, and it's so weird. Like, I never go out for stuff. It always comes to me. So originally what happened with my writing was I started a blog before blogs was everybody's thing.
Yep, okay.
And I had millions of viewers. And so there was lots of readers, and I was writing a story, and like chapter by chapter I was doing releases. And a publisher actually came after me and was like, hey, I want this. And then another publisher came after me and was like, hey, I want you to write specific stuff for our publishing house because you're the real deal, and we need somebody that can go off the hip and just write whatever it is that we need.
Right.
Whatever we're lacking. And I said, okay. So I went with both of them.
Okay.
But I never approached them. They approached me. And that's kind of how everything took off.
Do you feel like there was like a little bit of a hidden agenda, like because you majored in what you majored in during your college and university years, that maybe at a certain point that where you are now, that you were going to meet that, and you were just like, well, if I'm going to do this maybe one day or someday, me choosing the path that I'm doing in this major is going to help me to get to that mountain.
No, I didn't know where my career was going, or if it was going anywhere, or if this was just a hobby that was just going to be something I enjoyed. I just wanted to be better.
Okay.
I always want to be better. Like, I have imposter syndrome, so I never feel like I'm good enough. And it doesn't matter. Like, I don't know how many times I've called Ramel up. I'm like, hey, man, I just don't feel good enough. Like, I wrote this. And he's like, you got like 30 awards on that. Like what the hell are you talking about right now?
Right.
Like, it doesn't feel like it's good enough. I'm going to do this and this and this. Then I go and do those things. And
Right.
I get a whole bunch of awards. And I'm like, man, I still don't feel good enough. And he's like, what in the hell is your problem, kid? And like, it just does not feel good enough because, it still feels like a hobby and it hasn't really gone in the direction. So saying like I went to college for a reason, I didn't. Like, I always have imposter syndrome. I never feel like it's good enough. I never feel like I'm where I should be, even though I am like a lot further than everybody. And the point I was getting at is I took my hiatus, and then like when I came back, I had won over 100 awards, and I got sponsored by fans. They were like, hey, I need you to get into festivals. I need you to get yourself out there. I need you. We believe in you. We know what you've done. We want you to accomplish more. And
Right.
that blew my mind. They spent over $3,000 on my ass to get me into festivals that they wanted me in, and I won over 100 awards. That was their goal. They're like, we know you could do it. Like, how much more do you need? And I'm like, I think I'm like 3 away. And they're like, oh, okay. Just choose whichever ones that you want, that you think is going to help, and let's go. And that's what happened. So my very first year of screenwriting, I had already hooked up with Ramel to knock out projects, and I had written my very first screenplay without any experience.
So Miscalculated was not your first screenplay.
It was not my first screenplay.
Okay.
I wrote, it's called One Way Out, and it was originally optioned, and I had a manager, and it was set for $30 million for a budget. Like, it was gonna go, and then I don't know what happened. So now I'm trying to get new management, and I'm trying to get it back out there and all that stuff. But that was my very first one. It was a psychological thriller.
Oh, wow.
So that's where I started, and that's where I went whenever I was trying to, build my career in screenwriting. And that won so many awards. It was just insane. So when I came back to college, like, my biography, you always have to have a biography whenever you're starting classes. So whenever I came back and I started my very first class in my third year, I still had a lot of the same like peers and everything, and they're like, all right, Alexandra, let's see your biography. And I was like, I'm an award-winning screenwriter and like this and that, and like things that weren't there before. And they're like, whoa, you really did it. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to grab life by the horns and just go.
Go, yeah, right.
Yeah, and most of their biographies were like, I'm scared to do this, and like, I have the potential, I have a story, but I haven't written it yet. And I'm like, do it.
Right.
Just do it. Get
Right.
out there, get it done, and see what happens. Like, don't just wait and see, like, if something else happens along the way. Don't wait for, a sign from God. Whatever it is you're waiting on, just do it.
Yeah.
So, like, God's still there. He's going to guide you, but, like, what have you, go do it.
When you started, like, going to all these festivals and winning these awards, did that kind of solidify, your way of thinking and just the way that you were at, and in the sense of, because I'm actually seeing evidence that, all of my hard work is paying off by getting these awards and so forth, that maybe this is a sign that, this is it. Like, I'm locked in now, that I want to do screenwriting as a full-fledged career.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. I felt appreciated a lot more in the film industry than I ever have as a writer.
Really? Why do you say that?
As a published author, like, it's really hard. Like, I pulled everything, so don't go looking for me. But I literally got all rights back to all of my stuff and pulled it because it did not feel like me. I didn't like a lot of the stuff that I was writing, because publishers, they get the say. And I didn't like a lot of my work. They loved it, the fans loved it, but it wasn't me. And now that I'm doing something I love and my voice is all in there and everybody like appreciates what I do with characters and everything, like
Right.
a lot of my, like I've done short screenplays, and my short screenplays are actually personal. It's my way of coping with things that I've gone through in life.
Okay.
Because I have PTSD, and
Oh, wow.
so that's kind of where I go, is to my writing. And that's like, I've done a lot of therapy, and if I don't write, I kind of have a lot of, I call them blackouts, but people call them all kinds of different things, where you just kind of, you live in the past and you live in the trauma,
Yeah.
and you kind of can't escape it for a little bit. I don't really know what that's called, but I call it a blackout because I'm blacked out from life.
Yeah.
And I don't really know how to find myself except for through writing. So writing kind of saved me. And that's like, when I got out of the military, I didn't know what to do with myself. I was pretty messed up. I had a lot of rage in me. I was really upset. It didn't go down how I thought it was going to go down. As a career, I was going to do like the full 20 years, and it didn't go as expected. And I had so much trauma. So I needed to get through it, and I didn't know how to get through it. And I didn't even know I had PTSD. I had no idea that's what I was facing. So I'm glad I got out when I did, because the journey that I took, it was needed. And the therapy that I got and everything, I found myself through writing, and it, in all honesty, it saved me.
They usually say with people with those type of challenges that any type of creative medium or creative outlet is actually good for that type of person. And like example for me, I'm a person that suffers from depression, and I'm a person that has anxiety and so forth. And I feel like when like for example, like right now, podcasting for me is a creative element that makes me feel like I'm in control, and I don't have to worry about anything else other than the fact that I just want to do a good job creating content, or if I have a in-person guest, I can focus on them, and whatever happened way back before this moment, it's just not there for that moment in time. So for me, it feels like it's a natural remedy, if you will. And same thing for acting, being a film actor. It's like, to be expressive and to work with a lot of people and to feed back and forth with that level of expressionness. It's just like it's a good medicine for me, for the soul, of how I deal with things. So I definitely understand where you're coming from, like, because that's you being a writer and being focused and in tuned and locked in is kind of like your remedy. And especially when things go so well and you knock it out of the park, it's just like, hey, I did it. Now I can go ahead and smell the roses, maybe twice, smile about it, and let's just go on with the next thing now, because I feel like I'm unstoppable. If I was Supergirl, you better have a good, like handful of kryptonite to stop me. But until then, I can't be stopped.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the thing that I feel like creativity does is just raise your endorphins, especially once you accomplish whatever it is you're out to do. Like if you're drawing something, writing something, acting, podcasting, like once you finish what you started out to do, it is such a raise in endorphins. It's so amazing.
Nice.
You feel so accomplished. You're on cloud 9 until everything just hits again and reality sets back in, and then you go and find your next project.
When Miscalculated was written, when it was filmed, and it was all said and done, obviously everybody from the production crew, everybody from the crew that did like a lot of like the camera filming and the audio work, to all the actors and everything, we all felt like there was a great big sense of accomplishment. But did you think afterwards that was going to be the end all be all, or did you feel like in your heart there was going to be something more to Miscalculated than we thought?
I feel like Uncalculated, the newest one, I feel like that was just going off of the fans and everybody who watched it, getting feedback, and it's all to it's about Baltimore. The movie was supposed to be set in Baltimore, and the fans weren't too happy about the background scenes. Like,
is that right?
That's not Baltimore.
Yeah.
And so Uncalculated is basically a tribute to the fans, to let them know that we are about Baltimore. Like, we wanted to give them exactly what they asked for, just like they wanted backstories. We wanted to give them what they needed from Miscalculated that we just did not have time to fit into the movie.
Let me get a quick debate on this, because I want to see where your mindset is at with this. I understand where you're coming from, but if I'm going to take it in a sense, like, let's say for example, like Cobra Kai, you know what I mean? About maybe 25% of it was filmed around in the LA area, LA, Hollywood, and all that stuff. But the rest of it was like filmed in other remote locations, like especially like in Atlanta, Georgia, where they had to do some stunt stuff, and where they had to make a makeshift thing, like for those that caught the last season. When they supposedly went to Barcelona, Spain, that was like in like a room in Atlanta, Georgia. So I feel like the rules, like, to actually be very authentic in terms of like location, people have to understand that they're going to cheat a little bit, and that's kind of like a natural thing.
Yeah, I mean, you can't always find the location that you want, the place that your heart is set on, and a lot of the times, places that our hearts were set on just couldn't fit in the budget, and it broke our hearts, but we had to still give the crowd and everything what they needed for the movie to actually make sense.
To bring it to justice.
Bring it to justice, absolutely. And it doesn't always work out how we want, but we do our damnedest to, give it justice.
Right.
So this was us trying to give it full justice, and making up for, those location things that we didn't get in the first place.
When Uncalculated was dropped, saying hey, we're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to give you the news right now, and you heard it straight from the horse's mouth that Uncalculated is going to be a green light. It's a go. We're going to go for it. What were your thoughts?
I did not know that it was even being written. So I was blown away that I got the script and I was like, holy shit, Ramel just freaking did it.
Yeah.
I was so proud. So he did that with just his heart and soul all into this original concept that he had, and he wanted to, give it everything that it deserved, and make time for the background stories that we wanted in there in the first place, and really give it everything that it deserved.
I kind of felt like it was going to, if somebody asked me what are the chances, what's the probability of him making a sequel or a prequel, my thought process was I gave it a strong 80%. I thought that it, something was going to happen. Where were you at? Did you think that it 100% was going to happen? Did you think it was going to maybe possibly happen? You gave it maybe 50%, 40%. Where were you at?
I was at about a 50%. Me and Ramel were talking about what to do with it, because originally the concept was like a Bad Boys franchise.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
That's where we were going. We're going to keep with the story and everything, but the feedback is the most important. We want to know that we're doing a good job, and we take it to heart.
Right.
If people say, hey, this is crap, then we want to do better.
Right.
Thankfully that was not the response we got. It was absolutely amazing. I just got a response from a filmmaker I really respect, and he was like, man, that was fire. You guys went for an ambitious project, and with everything that you had, you knocked it out of the water. That was incredible to watch.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of response that I'm thankful for, and that we actually accomplished what we were trying to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, looking at that, and I would love to do a full franchise like Bad Boys, but this be our own take, with our own characters and everything, and really make it blossom.
Yeah. Because I think, like, during the time, going back to Miscalculated, that was one of the rare films in the DMV, at least that I know, that was actually filming during, all the pandemic and the situations like that and so forth. Because not a lot of people were feeling comfortable at the time to do it because of that reason. And I think Rommel was just like, you know what? If we're going to make a movie, let's just make a movie. You know what I mean? It's all for the love of it. Not to say that he wasn't sensitive to what was going on with the situation with the pandemic. Obviously he was like, look, if you feel comfortable wearing a mask, go for it, that's all cool. If you want to do social distancing, that's cool too. I'd rather put you in a situation where you feel comfortable and you feel safe, rather than me playing like the unbearable coach yelling at his team members and his players and such like that. So just to even think about that, Miscalculated was one of the rare few films doing it at that time and finishing and getting the result that it did. I mean, kudos, number one, to Rommel, and kudos to that project.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know a lot of us got certified in COVID filming to make sure that all protocols were taken, and everybody felt safe. That was the number one protocol. And if anybody did feel comfortable actually hitting a project in time where filming wasn't really happening, then let's do this, I'm ready, let's knock it out of the park. And a lot of people showed up, and that's what we were just creating a family, of people who were ready to go regardless of circumstance. Nice.
Let's talk about Uncalculated. What do you know about the project in terms of like the plot?
I read the script. It's pretty damn good, and it basically just leads up to Miscalculated. It's everything that we needed to know what happens
before Miscalculated.
Like one of the scenes we filmed yesterday. It kind of was one of the last scenes that we filmed yesterday, but it leads up to like everything that's going down with the character. I can't remember his name.
Jiggy?
The bad guy, not that bad guy.
Spider?
Begins with an M, I think.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, the guy with the pretty hair.
Nabil's character.
Yeah, that's him. So it's everything leading up to that. Mm-hmm. So, and he is mentioned, but not by name.
But by, like, description.
By the circumstance of what the guys are going after. Like, the reason for the raid that we did yesterday. Mm-hmm. And who we're trying to take down.
Right.
And so we're trying to take down his name that I didn't remember offhand. But we're trying to take him down, and, it's mentioned. So everything is a lead up. Uncalculated is the lead up to Miscalculated.
Right.
So it's just backstory brought in to bring the story, forward. So everybody understands how Miscalculated came into play.
I heard, I don't know if this is correct, but the last time that I talked to Rommel, he was a guest on my podcast. He was saying that the concentration for this film is not going to be like stunts and fight scenes. It's going to be more of acting.
Yeah, and
go ahead.
Okay, and that's what it's about. It's basically setting up the characters and finding out a little bit of backstory, and there's not really much fighting. There's still like arrests and everything,
right?
But no one's really kicking each other's ass.
Oh, man. Did, like, when you heard that, were you like, okay, or did you have reservations like, oh man, Miscalculated had all the actions and the fight scenes and everything, and that's what made that film, and you're taking out the ingredient for the prequel? I kind of feel like maybe, just maybe, that it's not going to have like the same flavor.
Oh no. I do not feel that way at all. It still is beautifully put together, and that dialogue, I was trying so hard not to burst out laughing every time Ramel had a line. And there is a scene with Thomas that I was in the back just laughing because the dialogue was so on point. And there is still some fighting. I watched Thomas get thrown yesterday.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah, there's lots of stuff still going on, and it might not be martial arts at its finest, but there's still action in there.
Okay. Now knowing that Uncalculated is happening, and it literally is, because right now, as we speak, it's being filmed and so forth. And now that you've had a chance to not only do script writing, but you're in Uncalculated as a police officer, do you actually do you have a deeper appreciation now, for acting, now that you're being in a movie and being an actor and helping out in this process in that capacity?
Let's talk about Ramel's directing first off.
Ramel, I got nothing to do with that, brother. I had nothing to do with that.
It's nothing but compliments. Like, he gives the actors and actresses so much creative ability,
Right.
while also allowing them to do the image that he needs. So yesterday, it was absolutely amazing. Me and the other agents were literally discussing how we're going into a scene and what we're going to do.
Right.
And it took a couple takes to kind of find ourselves.
Okay.
And that was just such an amazing process. So we had to run into a room that we were raiding, and we're trying to figure out, we were just told to run into the room. And there's people everywhere inside, and nobody really knows which direction another person is going to go. So it's all off the hip. And so we did it a few times to kind of figure out, which direction are you going to go? What are you going to do? How aggressive do you want to be? How dramatic?
Right.
What is your take on this? And then running it through and seeing what other people are doing and what would make it better, and literally discussing it. Dialogue, should we do this? Is this more realistic? Let's go. Let's try to say this instead. It might be a little bit stronger. It might be scarier. It might, And one of the girls I was arresting, I was like, hey, be a little bit more violent with me.
Oh, jeez.
You're pissed at me. I'm pissed at you. Let's go. Be mad. And so she went from really non-resistant, okay, I'm captured, I'm not going to fight you. I was like, fight me, elbow me, do something. And so she started getting violent, and I was trying not to smile because she was, she went into character.
Right.
And I was so proud of her. And so that pride in me was don't do that, go right back into character and fight back. And so that's kind of what was happening. And if there would have been another take, it probably would have got a lot more violent, but we had so much respect for each other, how in scene we were. So yeah, the acting side of things, it was just a totally different just atmosphere, and it was amazing.
I bet that when Ramel saw everything and he was there to witness what was going on, and obviously he was, because he's a director.
Yeah, he was standing there staring at all of us, so I knew he was watching everything, and if he didn't like what happened, it was, let's go again.
But it seemed like he was just happy with everything from the get-go, there didn't really have to be additional takes from what you already filmed. To him, at least in my opinion, he was cool, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, there wasn't that many takes yesterday. We were nailing it. Sometimes it was just the lighting was off, or the angle was a little off. Like it was, things that we didn't consider, or somebody, one of the people that was originally in the scene, and the scene is going into a different scene, a character would be standing there because we didn't know what angle the camera was in, and so we had to move. Like I was like, I can't tell if I'm in scene right now, but it's the furthest away I can get.
Right.
And so they're like, okay, we need to adjust it because of the camera angle, and we need to have that scene without those people being visible that they're still there. And we didn't know that it was in scene, so we had to start over because of stuff like that. So
going back to the question, though, now that you've actually experienced being an actor in Uncalculated, knowing that you've been a script writer, do you have like a newfound level of respect for acting, knowing that you played that capacity now?
Oh yeah, and I've already been asked to do more scenes in different movies, and they're trying to cast me, and I'm like, all right, let's accidentally start an acting career.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so I'm definitely, open ears to any suggestions. And same thing, like yesterday, I met a lot of writers who are actually, acting. So going to be some future collaborations, I'm hoping, with a lot of people that were on set yesterday.
So now that you have the acting bug and so forth and all the opportunities, I mean, where do you see yourself with that? Do you feel like you want to go for more of acting role capacities in movies and so forth? And, if so, what genre of film do you want to put yourself in?
I would love to, keep that acting bug, so to speak. I am one of those people, like at my job right now, I like knowing how to do everybody's job.
Yeah.
So I can help everybody.
So you're more versatile.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And that's just who I am as a person. I like knowing what everybody else is doing so I can help them.
Right.
Or I can give my take while knowing what it is they're looking for.
Okay.
And so I would love to get into directing, producing, and all of that stuff. And I've had my eye on that. And I almost went to film school recently, and I got talked out of it. They're like, just go to set. Just go be on a set, go get involved, go get your hands dirty.
Right.
And do that instead of going to film school, because film school just tells you the basics. Just go to a film set, and you'll learn the basics right then and there. You'll save all your money.
Wow.
So that's kind of where I am. I want to learn everybody's job, so either I can be a better writer because I know what everybody's looking for, or I can be a better actress because, I know what everybody's doing and I know what they need from me.
Okay.
Or directing, being able to bring something to light that's not my own. Producing, all of that stuff. I want to, have my hands dirty and everything, so I know how to be better at everything.
Okay. Well, this is the part of the podcast show where we actually put all of our guests through the ringer through our rapid fire challenge.
Oh, be nice to me.
You've done it before. You've done it before.
Horrible, I swear.
But this time, it's we're going back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go ask Alyxandrya Prynce a whole bunch of questions, and she's going to do her best, whether if it's going to be true, false, multiple choice, fill in the blank, if it's reality, if it's fantasy, it is what it is. So
Before you start, you're asking what genres I would like to be in, and it is drama. I would love to be deeper into drama, especially with acting. Mm-hmm. I wanted to do a short screenplay that is about PTSD, but actually replay things that actually go on in my head,
right?
And then play that role, because it's basically very, very dramatic.
Nice.
The things that I experience every single day, like walking into a room and needing to know who is in that room, all of my exits. If anything goes down, I'm pre-planning how to handle it. Like, that's my brain at all times.
Nice.
That's just how I am. And I remember having an interview with a therapist, and they're like, okay, I don't know if I believe that you have PTSD, so let's try something. How many people are in the hallway right now? And I go, there's 5 people in the hallway. The furthest one has a really light foot, so I'm guessing they're pretty light. And the person closest to me sounds kind of heavy, or they're just really good at stepping on the back of their heel. She opened the door and there was 5 people there. So she wanted to know how intense my PTSD actually is, because I am constantly on alert. I'm ready to protect myself. I'm ready to protect others. If I see like a small child that can't protect themselves, or somebody who's disabled, I'm looking for those kind of things, so I know how to help everybody. Because it's all about protecting people. And I was previously married, and I had an incident that they did not like. And this is real personal, but we were at a fair, I think it was. Can't remember what the place is called, but it was in California, near LA. And there was a playful fight scene that happened with blanks. And I had no knowledge that this actually happened at the place.
Right.
And so these 2 people, they came off really realistic. And so I thought they were in an actual fight, and it was behind me. So I didn't know. And I went full force, ready to unarm somebody. And yeah. And then I stopped and I was like, that was a blink. That was a blink. And so before I literally grabbed the guy with the gun, I backed off, and that was the main reason for my divorce.
Oh.
Yeah, because I was constantly on alert and ready to jump into action to protect anybody. Which you'd think that'd be the reason to stay married to me, not divorce me, but it is what it is.
I wouldn't divorce. I would be like, hon, you all right? Let's talk about it. All right.
That's what a spouse is supposed to do.
There's a Starbucks right here. I'll
I'll get hype me up.
I'm gonna get you a caramel macchiato. Let's sit down. Let's talk about it.
You don't want to get somebody all hyped up, some more caffeine. You crazy? Go get me a candy bar. Calm me down.
Hey,
give me some sugar.
Hey, sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't.
Give me a drink.
Give me a drink.
Give me a good beer.
Oh, all right. Well, like I said, we are going to do the rapid fire. It can be anything and everything. I'll give examples. If I said, hey, between Coke and Pepsi, what's the best beverage out there for you? And you could be like Coke, because it was the originator of all that, and it tastes good, and Coke's got all the great products, and it just, there it is. And I know that you had some Coke Zero there, so
there's some Coke Zero right there.
Yeah, some Coke Zero. So shout out to Coke Zero. I could ask you, true, false. You are a LeBron James fan, and you could be like false. I've always been a Michael Jordan girl, and and it'll always be Michael Jordan. Forget LeBron James. He ain't nothing to me. He ain't nothing.
Well, I don't really watch basketball. I don't really watch sports very much besides the Bengals, and they made me sad. They made me very, very sad. So I stopped watching.
Actually, no,
at the beginning of the season.
That's not true. That's not true, because you do watch WWE wrestling, or you used to.
With my daughter loves her some Randy Savage, rest in peace. But she
Ooh, yeah,
absolutely, yeah. I'll walk in the room and go, snap into his Slim Jim. And she is just the happiest girl in the whole entire world.
So I can go over to your daughter like, because I'm too hot to handle, and I'm too cold to hold.
Cream of the crap.
The cream always rises to the top. Yeah. Dig it.
I'm going to have to play this for her, because she'll be smiling ear to ear.
Okay, cool. So, are you ready for the rapid fire challenge?
Yes.
Okay.
Here
we go. Mm-hmm. Between the primary colors of yellow, red, and blue, your favorite color is?
Red.
Your favorite color on a car is?
It's actually charcoal. It's the color of my vehicle now.
Okay. Favorite kind of cuisine?
That's a great question. I'm gonna go with spaghetti, like original
Italian pasta girl. Okay.
Actual spaghetti, homemade.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what gets my heart.
Okay.
Right there.
Is the Olive Garden actually Italian?
Oh God, no. And one of my friends, Jason, is actually full-blooded Italian, and he brought me to Olive Garden, and he goes, what's with this generic ass music? And I'm like, they're trying to set the mood, and he goes, that's not it.
Oh my God. Wow.
But like I listen to opera and stuff. I would have definitely listened to that instead. But they're generic crap that they play in there. And then all that nasty, all the stuff they put in that, it's not authentic whatsoever. Whatever they tell you, it's false.
If you had to choose between Burger King or McDonald's, what would you choose?
I don't like Burger King anymore. It's kind of gone downhill, but I still will go for a McDonald's shake.
Oh.
The shake is fire. It always has been.
The McFlurry.
But I'm not a big fan of the actual food itself, but I will always go for a shake.
Favorite place that you have visited in your lifetime?
I would say the beach in LA. It was just breathtaking to just sit there and, not have to be in my head for once and just listening to the waves and people laughing and everything. That was pretty amazing. And then a close second, actually, no, let's put this back into first, was Myrtle Beach with my daughter. Listening to the waves, watching her smile.
Okay.
She literally went into the waves and was trying to swim while I was holding her, and I was like, "Mommy's back can't handle all that weight, baby."
Oh no.
But that just went first, just thinking about it.
If money was no object and you could go anywhere in the world that you wanted to go, and I mean anywhere in the planet Earth, where would you want to go?
It's always been on my heart to find where my ancestors came from. And it's close to Rome, but not quite Rome. I am considered Black Italian.
How are you considered Black Italian?
It's very confusing because there's like Black Irish, and we have light skin. So, back then they were actually, dark skinned. But full-blooded Italian. Just like, you got African, and they're dark skin. They're dark, beautiful skin. And I have white-ass skin. And it's just because over time we've kind of adapted to our surroundings, and we don't need all that, protection. So we've evolved, and our skin has gotten lighter, especially, moving. Like my ancestors were slaves to Washington, the president. So, like I want to know where I came from, and it was near Rome. So Italy, 100%.
Nice.
Yeah, just to
Nice.
find out, what happened and all that stuff. And I love history, so I would love to know like the truth of everything. And I've read books of things that have happened in George Washington's life, and like how he treated his slaves and everything, and trying to set things right. You can't, but it's a good gesture.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to know where I came from, and I want to know like what happened, and where I actually came from. So if I had all the money in the world, I would do all the research in the world.
Okay. Let me see if I get this right. Mount Rushmore is the actual place where you go to see our American forefathers, and there's 4 of them. So if you could build a Mount Rushmore of actors,
Oh, that's a good one.
then who do you think would actually be in the Mount Rushmore?
Oh, that's a great one. You're gonna ask me that in a rapid fire? It's supposed to be rapid. That's not a rapid answer.
Well, it's rapid to me. I'm asking you these questions like that. So that's rapid enough.
Gosh, that's a good one.
I'd
I'd say like Marlon Brando.
Oh yes. Heck yeah.
Gosh,
I want to make you an offer you can't refuse.
absolutely. I can't remember their names. Damn you. There is this woman, I can't remember her name. I could see the footage and everything. I watched it. There was another podcast, and it was like debates of everything. And she was an older actress.
Do you know what
And it
movies that
black
she was
and
in?
white. God, no, I can't remember what it's called, but she was phenomenal. But she was like in the scene, she is running from a guy in the dark, and she's trying to protect herself. And it's about like the 50s, I believe.
Audrey Hepburn? Katharine Hepburn?
It's not a normal name that we would hear. And that's why I'm kind of thrown. But she did so much directing. She did producing. She did things that women didn't do back then. And a lot of it was just, hidden. And a lot of guys took a lot of credit for,
Her work.
things that are going on, and you didn't hear about the women and what they were doing. And so seeing her work just blew my mind, because just knowing that she did it. Can't remember her name. Damn it.
We're going to have to call her Woman X.
Yes, I will get back to you on that. Maybe I'll leave a review and give you the actual answer of who it is once I do my research.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's number 2 right there.
Oh my gosh. There's so many phenomenal women that I would put on there, and there's so many phenomenal men. Like, it's so hard to just give you straight answers. But yeah, Marlon, definitely 100%.
I feel like this kind of question is going to be like a, to be continued.
Yes, I will have to get back to you on that and like make an official post of all my answers, because that's insane. And just 4? Oh my God, that's
I
hard.
literally caught her. Like, I stunned her today, folks.
Yes, got me good. I'm just like, oh my gosh, that is a really good question though.
Okay. Let me ask you this question. In the world of action film, between Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, and Donnie Yen, who do you think did it the best?
Bruce.
Really?
I grew up with Bruce. I watched all of his stuff. Bruce.
Oh, what was your favorite Bruce Lee movie?
I can't even. That's not even fair. I can't narrow that down. I love literally everything, so I don't know.
I love everything too, but I definitely say that Enter the Dragon was probably the best one. Even though that was his last film, I think that was the best one.
It was pretty damn good.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't, because he was so good.
Yeah. Very cool. All right. If there was a martial art that you would ever want to learn, what martial art would that be?
I would say, either jiu-jitsu. Am I saying that right?
Jiu-jitsu, yeah.
Yeah, or maybe taekwondo. I've been like, I was considering getting into a taekwondo. There's a martial arts place near my house, and I was considering getting into the classes. So.
Oh, there you go. Mm-hmm. Do you know, like, if that taekwondo school was like the type of taekwondo you see in the Olympics, or was it like a different branch?
I don't know. I didn't do enough research. But that's a great question. I'll look into that one.
Yeah. Because usually what it is that if they have like one of those V-neck type of things, normally that would be like an Olympic style of taekwondo. And if it's like one of those where they wear the uniform where it's like it kind of drapes over, it's more like of a karate based style of taekwondo.
Yeah. Okay. That's great to know.
Yeah.
I will look into that one.
Yeah.
It's like there's a stunt class near where I live, and I was actually considering getting into stunts too.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Like I said, I like getting into everything.
Well, that being said, here's a new question. Would you, if there was ever an action movie and you got casted into it, would you actually want to do your own stunts and fight scenes?
It depends on what the stunt is, but fight scenes, yes.
Okay.
Like if I'm jumping out of a building and going full Mission Impossible, no, I'm not doing that one.
Jackie Chan did.
Yeah, and all the stories he tells his daughter, she's like, you survived that? Barely.
Okay.
Not my cup of tea.
Okay. All right. This one is something that I asked a while ago, and I thank my friend for this one. Yeah, it's going to go down like this. If you were to learn a random foreign language like Chinese, then would you rather learn the dialect where you're gritting your teeth, or you actually want to learn the dialect where it sounds like you're falling off from a cliff?
Probably gritting my teeth, because I naturally do that.
Okay, so you want to learn Mandarin. Very good. Mm-hmm. Okay. No, I'd rather learn Cantonese because it sounds like you're falling off a cliff, like Dung La! Where it's like, just like Mandarin's like, oh, she passed her, sure.
I'd rather, go more angry because I'm naturally angry. If I have to get high-pitched notes, it's probably not going to happen. I don't have that much energy.
Okay. Where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years when it comes to being a script writer and being an actress?
Well, I'm hoping to start my own production company and really kick things up a notch. I'm actually talking about it with a couple friends of, getting into filmmaking and making our own stuff and, still helping out my Miscalculated family. And I have other things that I've pitched, not only to Ramel, but to other people that I would love to really get started on. Like I would love to expand Losing Control.
Okay.
And that was a pitch. So I would love to just, get out there, and I love doing different genres. So I do rom-coms, dramedy, drama, action-packed, anything, psychological thriller, horror. I do everything, and I love it. Wherever my mind goes, and I want to have a more, expansive, portfolio of a little bit more stuff than, your typical, like, horror, action, and thriller that I have right now.
What is the one piece of advice that you've learned that you've always kept in your memory bank and use it on a regular basis, if you use it on a regular basis?
It's why not now? Just do everything right now. Why wait?
Right.
Just like typical things around the house. If something needs done, do it right now, because then you can, focus on something else.
Gotcha.
You don't have to worry about the stress that adds up to, not accomplishing the things that you want.
Right.
And I know there's a lot of fear of what if it doesn't work out. Like that big career move you want to make, but you have to quit your job in order to make it happen. And, there's all your financial stability and everything, and now it's gone. Like, taking that big leap, is it worth it? Yes, it's worth it.
Yep.
If your heart is all into it, follow your heart. Don't just, depend on taking care of, whatever it is you're taking care of. Like, I know my daughter, I would do absolutely anything for, but if I, wasn't already going for screenwriting and all that stuff, then I would definitely take the leap, because I want her to be proud of me.
There you go.
I want her to one day go, that's my mom. And that's why I'm doing everything I'm doing, because she did everything that she wanted to do and she accomplished big things.
Right.
So that is definitely there. Just get it done. Go do it. Don't just, make excuses. The more excuses you make, the more things you got to jump over. So just do it.
Yeah, I hear you. Here's a funny one. We all know that Ramel Xavier Morales was a guest on the Kim Hwang podcast experience.
Oh, that was a great episode. I love that episode.
I was going to say, what did you listen to it? What were your impressions? And what was the big take on it that you got out of that episode?
Of course I watched it. Listened to it, sorry. Of course I listened to it. I was actually driving, and I had to listen to it. And I was going to some friends' houses, and I had to listen to it on my drive there. And then when I got there, I was like, all right, everybody just shut up for a minute, because I got to finish this podcast. And so everybody was listening, and they were just completely captivated. And I'm pretty sure they're all following you now and listening to your stuff.
Nice.
Because it literally was one of the best podcast episodes I've ever heard.
Oh, there you go. Thank you.
Because it was comical, but it was so real.
Yeah.
And I love how in depth into the past he went to really show us who he is, and that was truly beautiful. To know the things that he's accomplished and how far he's pushed himself when given the opportunity. And that's typically what a lot of us need, is just a freaking opportunity.
Yeah.
And instead of doing what most people do, being like, yeah, I'll think about it, and starting to come up with all those things in your head of why you shouldn't do it or why you don't deserve it. Like me, I don't feel like I deserve it, but I will jump right into doing it even if I don't feel I deserve it. So listening to that episode, it was really freaking inspiring to, go with my motto of, just get it done,
right,
and, go for it. So yeah, I loved that one. It was just motivational as hell. And if you haven't listened to it, please go. You need to. It was inspiring.
Well said. Well said. Got a few more questions. This one I did ask before, but I think it feels like I need to revisit this question. Say that you got an invitation to go and have dinner at an exclusive 3-star Michelin star rated restaurant. That's a James Beard award winning restaurant. You accept the invitation and you get over there and you notice that you see that your name is on the table and you're like, cool. But you also know and see that you have 3 more available slots. So my question to you is, and there's a lot of caveat to this, there's a lot of, variables to this situation. Who would be the 3 additional guests? Now, they can be somebody that you actually know in reality. It could be somebody that you don't know. It could be somebody that is famous. It could be somebody that is not famous. It could be somebody that is alive and well. It could be somebody that is deceased. Who would you invite?
Oh goodness, it would have to be my family for sure. It would be my spouse. It would be my daughter, and it would either be my mother or my daughter's Nana. So it would be very personal because I wouldn't want to have that experience with anybody else.
How do you think that conversation would go?
What do you mean?
Like, what do you think the conversation would be all about when you guys are in dinner? How do you think that it would go? What would you guys want to talk about? That sort of thing.
Really, it's about life, which has been the conversation lately anyways. Plans, especially if my daughter is older, which makes me want to cry right now, like what she wants to do with her life. And I think that's because she's only 2 right now. So if she's like 12, 17, in any of those ages that I am not ready for, like, it's going to be about life and what she wants to accomplish, and me being the supportive mother that I'm always going to be. And yeah, like, spouse, just, how does everything keep moving forward in a way that is best for everybody?
Right.
And I'm all about healthy relationships and like trying to better ourselves, and I want me to fulfill my dreams, I want them to fulfill theirs, and like that's always something that's in my mind, like, are you happy and what will make you happy? And then if it's my mother, God, that's a long conversation, because I know in her head she's always like, did I do the right thing? Was I a good mother? Like, she asks me that all the time. And my daughter's Nana does the same thing. Like, was I a good mother? And having that out in depth, getting everything out in the open and having all those tears. But yeah, just a lot of personal conversations that has never fully been hashed out, and things that I'm not ready to have the conversation about with my daughter when she gets there, because right now she loves art, she's very creative, and I feel like she's going to be going down my path, and so I want to give her such a phenomenal opportunity in life and let her decide how she wants to, make her dreams come true, whatever they are. So if it's writing, then I'm going to keep pushing myself, so I'm everyday name that everybody knows. Or if it's acting, then You know, I want to be out there. I want to do stuff. I want to have my face in stuff, and I want to, you know, show her that it's possible that mommy can do effing anything.
Yeah.
So I want her to know that she can do the exact same thing. So, like, my whole life now since having her has been dedicated to her, not me.
Which kind of segues to the next question, which I think you kind of already answered it, but I'm going to play a different angle on this. Say right now that your daughter from the future saying that, like, if she came through the door right now at age 16 and you looked at her face to face right now, what would you tell her? What would you say to her? What would be that type of advice that you would give to her right now? What would you want to let her know at that time?
It's kind of like what I would say to myself at age 16, knowing, you know, that I'm nowhere near that age anymore. It's so many things I could say. It's just, you know, don't make those mistakes that you know you're about to make. Don't focus on other people. Don't put everything, all your cards into one person. Put it in yourself. Follow your heart. Don't worry about how other people are going to be affected.
Right.
So if your heart is to be an actor, actress, whatever, then move to wherever you need to move.
Right.
Do the things that you need to do. And, you know, if you're in a relationship, if that relationship cannot hold on to you following your dreams, it is not worth it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I would back out and, you know, put it all on you. And if they really care about you, then, you know, they'll be there when you're back, if you ever come back. Because you got to grow, you got to blossom, you got to do all the things. And so sitting around and not feeling like you're motivated because you're trying to make them happy, don't do it.
Gotcha.
Push for your goals, push for your dreams. Don't give up on you just because you want to be with somebody. And, like, over the years, I have learned that once you find that person, you gotta, you know, put them in that relationship first. But that relationship needs to be about everything that makes your heart happy. So if that relationship is healthy, that person wants your dreams and your goals to come true. So they are pushing, they're motivating, they're doing all the things for you. So you can put that relationship first. But if it doesn't do that, don't choose it. Because it's all about your heart and being happy.
Gotcha. What kind of advice would you give to those that want to get into script writing? You know, if they
Do it. Do it.
Really?
It doesn't matter if you have no experience whatsoever. Do it. There's books. There's so much stuff on YouTube. There's so much out there right now that you can get your hands on. There's a lot of screenplays that you can download for free. Like, that's what I did. I, like, got in and was like, okay, let's read this screenplay and see how it originally was. Like The Princess Diaries, I wrote a movie that is similar. And I studied The Princess Diaries, the original, which is nothing like what actually, like, happened. There was so much to it and so much creativity, and, like, the person who originally wrote it, it was so beautiful and so, like, it was captivating. So seeing how much they changed it, I was like, that must have been budget.
There you go.
Because it was amazing. It was phenomenal to read.
Nice.
But I literally, that's how I learned, is, you know, through that. And then there's a producer in Hollywood who's a dear friend, and she, like, I networked and found her by accident. And she read One Way Out and was like, hey, this is, I know that you're new, and because I'm a woman, you're a woman, I'm going to try to help you so you can try to find your name in this really intense industry where everybody's in it. So woman to woman, let's go through this. And she went, like, scene by scene with me and gave me all kinds of feedback. And I took all of it to heart and went, you know, all out. And the rewrite, it taught me so much about screenwriting. So, and, you know, it's really hard. Sometimes the feedback will break your heart because you have so much invested. But rewrite it. Let all of yourself get out of the screenplay if you need to, and then reread it and see if you're still in there, because the story is still there. And that's what I had to do in order to truly find how much I actually loved the story after I rewrote it. And I had to like get out the novel writer in me, because screenwriting and novel writing are nowhere near the same thing. So
True,
I had to, I had to get rid of myself, basically, which is the novel writer, in order to develop and learn to love the screenwriter in me.
Nice.
If that makes sense.
No, it makes total sense for sure.
Okay.
For sure. Got 3 more questions. When it comes to everybody that was involved with Miscalculated and Uncalculated, I think it's Romel has classified it as Miscalculated Productions. What do they mean to you?
What does what mean to me?
The whole team of Miscalculated and Uncalculated. What do they mean to you?
They're a family. Like, seriously, if I can write more stuff for them, especially the people that just blow me away. Like, I want to write just full characters for every single person involved so they can really shine the way that they need to shine. Like, if we do get a full franchise going, like, I want everybody to have their moment.
Yeah.
And truly blossom the way that they deserve, because they have been blowing my mind.
What kind of legacy do you want to leave when it's all said and done? When they look at you and they see that Alyxandrya Prynce, what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind for them to know and to remember you by?
I mean, I feel like once I'm in the grave, my name is probably going to disappear. But the only thing that matters is literally my daughter and how she sees me and what helps mold her. Because really, like, I'm going to do everything I can to be remembered. I think that's everybody's goal, is to be remembered in some way. And some of us get really lucky. Like, if I say Michael Jackson, you know damn well who that is.
Right.
Will I be that lucky? God, I hope. But if I'm not, then I really hope that at least my daughter knows who I was. And hopefully, if she has kids, that's her decision. Then I hope that they know me. And if not, then they can see me and see some of my work and maybe feel connected to me. But overall, like, I just want to be remembered at least by my daughter. But if I can make a name for myself and be remembered, then God, I hope that that's what happens. Because I want to be known for my writing, or if I become big in acting, then I want people to know that I put my heart into everything. My heart, my soul, everything. I want them to fully see me, fully know me, and feel like my dedication and heart and everything.
Who do you not want to work with when it comes to the filming industry? If there was ever like a person or a description of a person where you're like, that is the person I do not want to work with, who would that person be, or what characteristics of the person would it be for you to say that is a deal breaker for me, that's a no, not working with you?
I'm not going to name names, but I know the people that know me know exactly who I'd say. So for those who listen to this, you know who I'm talking about. But outside of that, just those egomaniacs who can't be empathetic, who are not understanding to other people and what they're trying to have in the experience. So in acting, it's a family. You have to go in there knowing that you're a family. If somebody needs help, even if it's not your role, help them. Help them find their character. Help them do they're practicing their lines. Help them. I need other people to be there for each other, because we are a family. So those people who won't help, those people who are there for themselves, those people who are just so self-centered, I don't like those people. So if they are, egomaniacs, or if they're those people who tell others, like, don't look at me, Like, I'm better than you, so don't even look at me. You don't deserve to breathe my air, so get away from me. Like, those are the people I want nothing to do with. And I've heard of people like that in the industry, and I just cannot believe it because I'm kind of like, what's his name? Damn, I am horrible with names lately.
Is it like a big
The guy
name?
who plays Venom.
Okay. Okay.
Do you know his name?
Now I know who you're talking about. I can't pick it right now.
Yeah, I can't either. I see his Hardy.
Oh, Tom Hardy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tom Hardy. He is so down to earth, and like I was raised to treat everybody the same, no matter who they are. Like if it's the cameraman, if it's the boom operator, if it's, you know, the person holding the door that's not even in the film, I'm still going to treat him with the same respect. Like today, I asked you if you were hungry. Like
Yeah, you did.
I'm the mama bear everywhere I go, so I want to take care of everybody. I want to get to know everybody. I want to, you know, if somebody's uncomfortable, I'm going to feel that energy, and I'm going to, you know, talk to them or find out what's setting them, you know, apart from everything else. I want them to be comfortable around me.
Yeah.
And so my goal is to take care of needs of those around me if I can, if it's within my power. Like if they're hungry, if they're thirsty, if they're just completely uncomfortable in their environment, then I want to help them out. Like, and I think you should do that to literally everybody around you. And those who think they're above it, I don't want to work with those people. That's not where I want to be.
No, I feel you. I mean, I've unfortunately have worked with a couple of people, actors and crew included, that you know, in my opinion, I feel like don't really know how to really treat other people and act and so forth, and you know, they treat people with you know, disrespect to the point where I feel like, wow, you know, if this is my first time working with you, it's probably going to be the last time, because you know, to say it very lightly, you know, because I'm trying to be that person, it's like you're a class A jerk, you know what I mean? Like I just don't really have time for that type of energy, and you kind of wonder why I distance myself from you. Well, take a look in the mirror. You're going to find the answer real quick.
Absolutely. And I just remembered the name of the villain in Miscalculated. It's Manum.
Yeah. Which
I was
is
literally sitting here thinking about
Manum,
it,
yeah,
and it just hit me.
yeah. Which is again, Nabil Malik's character.
He did phenomenal. Oh my gosh.
He's I like Nabil. I think Nabil is a real cool dude. I think that, you know, if you give him a chance and more opportunities in acting, I think that he'll definitely swing for the fences.
Yes.
You know, because as far as I know, I think him being in Miscalculated was like his first major thing.
Yeah,
as
it seemed like it.
I feel like that's the first time.
It seemed like it through conversations that I've had, not through his acting. His acting was awesome.
Right. And I felt like, you know, it wasn't bad being like the first time actor, but you know, if you give him more chances to, you know, go on the field and try to, you know, hit one out of the park, he's definitely going to do it. Mm-hmm. But for him to do what he did in Miscalculated, I feel like, dude, that was a great line drive that you hit. You know, nobody was able to catch it. You ran your bases and you scored for the team. So that's what's up.
Yeah,
you know,
he was phenomenally casted. Like that was just unexpected, just perfection. Like I am so proud of that one.
Yeah, for sure. We got a bonus question.
I've seen you've been writing over there.
Yeah. It just had to happen. It just had to happen. Give me your impression of a promo from the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh my gosh.
Anything.
He literally, like, he sounds like he's doped up on something and like he's just sweating everywhere. So I have no idea how to even do that. I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fight Hulk today, and like we're gonna take it down, and the pukesters are here, and we're gonna do it, and you know. He just talks in a big ramble. It's insane. Like, I don't know what he's even talking about. And we're, like, his point is, so he's just the cream of the crop.
No, I am purposely going to leave you a Facebook comment and put, like, on YouTube, like, here, Macho Man Randy Savage promo, the best ever.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Nature, ain't it grand?
Oh, man. And him being in...
Snap into a Slim Jim.
Him and Spider-Man is like, hey, freak show, you're going nowhere.
Yeah.
I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime. I'm like, oh,
Yep.
God.
Yep, that's pretty spot on, though. Yeah, like, my favorites are literally just the snap it to the Slim Jim stuff.
Yeah.
Like... Isn't nature so serene? And I'm just like, what?
I feel like if he was still with us, he would still make those Slim Jim commercials.
I hope so, but maybe he could have made the recipe stay the same because it was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Now it's not.
I hadn't had a Slim Jim in a while, so I really have nothing to compare it to.
And I do. It's not the best.
It's not the best.
It's definitely changed a little bit.
Oh boy.
But yeah, like it was good back then. Then again, maybe I had little kid taste buds, so who knows?
All right. You know, hey, it happens when we get older. You know, our taste buds get sophisticated. So it's just like, oh man, well, it's not as good as I remember back in the day. So because now it's like, as we get older, we have a higher standard now.
Yeah,
So
it's true. Like, my daughter eats the weirdest stuff. Like the other day, she put like barbecue sauce into her ranch and was stirring it, and then put in some ketchup, and then was dipping it in chocolate. And I was like, what are you eating? And she's eating it, and I'm just like her multivitamin is chocolate, and she's mixed all this stuff together, and then was dipping her multivitamin into it. I'm like, at least you're eating it, but Mom wants to puke.
Oh, maybe she was trying to make like an American version of the Mexican mole sauce. You know what I mean?
It could have been. I have no idea. Maybe she's really sophisticated, but she doesn't realize it. But that chocolate threw me. But she does that kind of stuff all the time, and I'm like, I don't know. Like my taste buds are messed up. My tongue was actually bit whenever I was younger, and so like my taste buds are off. And so like I don't always have the best taste buds. Like I don't always know what flavors taste like in certain cases, so I'm like, I have no idea what this tastes like. So there's nothing, I can't taste anything. So the weird things that she eats, so I don't know if it's sophistication over time, but yeah, it's definitely odd, the things that we eat when we're young.
Well, this is the moment of the podcast where I'm going to go ahead and let you do whatever it is that you want to do, say what you want to say. If you want to make talk about things that you're involved in, like future projects, or if you got this going on, if you want to give a shout out, if you want to, share with people like, hey, this is my social media, you can find me here and contact me here. Feel free. So I'm going to let you go ahead and do what you got to do, and the floor is now yours.
All right. Yeah. I love getting into everything, whether I'm helping somebody get into screenwriting and teaching them how to do it. I have been open to acting again. I used to do it whenever I was a kid. I did a lot of theater stuff. So that's why I know I'm good at drama. But, I want to get my feet wet and everything, and I want to help others out. Like, don't be afraid to reach out. I'm Alyxandrya Prynce with Y's on IG and on Facebook, and you can almost find me anywhere, especially if you can have some kind of connection in any way to me, a mutual friend of any kind. But I am here. I am willing to talk. Don't be afraid to reach out, no matter what it is. Let's network. Let's talk. And don't be afraid to, reach for those dreams. Don't wait. Do it right now. There's no better time. Time is really limited in this world, and that's all I keep realizing now as a mother is, how much longer do I have to be on this wonderful earth? I recently lost somebody very close to me, and it just it broke me for a minute, because you just don't know how much time you have on this earth, and why not right now, because you might not have another chance. So, if you want to screenwrite, come at me, let's talk. If it's your very first project, if you only know novel type writing or school writing, or if you're not a very good speller or you don't understand grammar or whatever it is, I'm here. That's easy. I've taught plenty of people. So it's really easy. It really is once you find yourself and you figure out, the lay of the land, so to speak. Like, I'm ready to do whatever it is you're ready to do. But yeah, I'm an open book. Let's talk. But yeah, let's go.
Nice. Well, Alexandria, I don't want to waste any more of your time. I do appreciate the fact that, we were able to do this literally at the last moment. And the fact that, we are actually meeting in person, like face to face for the first time. That's so rad, dude. If you ever want to, do it again, you have an open invite to come back and we can talk about it. We can talk about certain subject matters, whatever. But, great times, and I hope that we will do this again in the future, and I hope to work with you in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if we can expand the Miscalculated universe. There's probably going to be some scenes where we are involved in some way, like whether I'm getting my ass kicked by you or who knows what.
I don't know. I mean, Benny Chow did. You know what I mean?
He did, and he did it well. Yeah, he kicked some major ass.
I mean,
he defends himself.
Benny Chow learned from the streets of Chinatown, baby. So the Walmart system of martial arts. Thank you, appreciate you. But I'll just say this before we actually leave. I may want to take your offer on that, because I'm actually thinking about, and I've talked about this, that I want to actually write my own script for a possible film.
Amazing. Yeah, let's talk.
Yeah,
I'm in.
Damn. Hey, you heard it here first, folks. Can't tell you exactly what it is, but you heard it here, folks. First, right here, not on MTV, but on the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience. And that, ladies and gentlemen, as they say in the business, is a wrap. I am very happy that we got a chance to do this. I mean, again, it happened before, but the technology gods were very ticked off, and because of that, we did not have an episode. Now I feel like we have an episode, and it's on lockdown. It was in person. I brought all my equipment here. I went right here to the source, you know what I mean? Because let me tell you something, like Uncle Traveling Matt from Fraggle Rock, I'm going to go wherever it takes me, you know what I mean? So trust and believe, if you can meet me, either to me or I have to meet you, I'll bring my stuff and I'll do it, because I'm that type of dude, and and we did it. Real quick, I'm going to go ahead and do the closing show notes like I've done before. Hopefully I got it down right. If I don't, I'm sorry, but real quick, go ahead and find me on Facebook. Just go into the search box and type in the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience. You will find me there. Add me, and we'll make it happen. I am on other social media outlets such as Instagram and Twitter, now known as X. Find me under the tag name at TKHPC Experience, all in one word, lowercase letters, no punctuations, no spacings, no caps. It's all good. Please follow me on all of my podcasting platforms. We have Spotify, Apple Podcasts, we have Amazon Music, we have YouTube Music, and Audible, which is not only a podcasting platform, but an audiobook platform. And for a limited time, they have a limited introduction where, like, if you want to be a member of Audible and get a 1-week free subscription, go to audible.com, fill out your information, you can try it out. If you like it, keep it, and you will be charged $15 monthly. If for some reason before the 7 days you don't like it, you can cancel at any time, and there will be no financial obligation. You know what I mean? Please like and subscribe to my podcast on all the platforms, and do me a solid favor. If you have Spotify, please give me a 5-star ranking. If you have Apple Podcasts, please give me a 5-star ranking and a positive written review, because the more times that you do that, and the more 4 times that this podcast will be in the front of the lines, and somebody could be like, oh wow, the Kim Hwang podcast experience, this is the thing that George was telling me about. I definitely need to go ahead and check it out. I have to listen to it, like it, and subscribe it and all that stuff. Yes, and yes, do that. Share this podcast on all your podcast, or not podcasting platforms, but share it on all your social media platforms. There you go. Because we got the Facebook, we got the Instagram, we got the X, now known as Twitter, we have the Snapchat, we have TikTok. Do all that, or tell your friends in person. Tell your friends, your family members, your coworkers, your constituents. Maybe the dude next door that you don't know, but tell him you might sound like a podcasting person. Please check out the Kim Hwang podcast experience, because it's hosted by a real cool dude. He's very passionate about what he does, and you might enjoy listening to it. So that's it. So. That being said, we will be going, but real quick, if you want to be a special guest host, if you have any constructive criticisms, or if you catch me doing a solo episode where you want to go ahead and ask me a question on my Q&A, email me, the Kim Hwang podcast experience at gmail.com. Whatever the subject is, put it in the subject box. Whatever the subject is afterwards, you want to go into detail, fill it out in the body of the email, send it out. I will get back to you within the first 24 to 48 hours, because I do like that type of communication and correspondence. Please be safe out there, guys, because I care about y'all. It doesn't do me any good if you do something foolish and you end up being in a pine box getting buried 6 to 12 feet under. That is not what we want to happen to you. We love you. We care about you. We think the world of you. You deserve the best out of life. And for anybody else who tells you that you can't do it, that you don't deserve the best in life, that you're going to fail, that you're going to mess up and so forth, give them the middle finger and tell them to go ahead and kiss off and kick rocks, because you're not the one. You are not a punching bag, and you're not going to deal with their negativity. Life is too short for that. Go for yours. Seriously, go for yours. Even if you tried and you failed, you know what? Go for yours. It's better to try than to not try at all. That's all I'm saying, guys. So, for the one time over at the 123 Hotel, somewhere in the Baltimore, Maryland area, and for my guest, the beautiful, lovely, and intelligent and talented Alyxandrya Prynce, this is your boy Kim Hwang, the Asian sensation, saying thank you very much. Arigato gozaimasu. We will do this again real soon. So I want to say thank you, appreciate you, and it's all good in the hood. We're going to go ahead and do what we do. And like I've always said, this is not my podcast. This is also your podcast. And as long as you want me to continue to keep doing this stuff, I will do it until the wheels fall off and I have no control anymore. That's it. So guys, be good. I love y'all. It's been real. And we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.